Good evening. Uh, good evening, all of you from EIZOC desk. And we start off with a small video. Uh, can we have the video, Mr. Rahul? EIZOC video. This small video from the East. May I request the two anchors of today, Dr. Y.C. Mehti and Dr. Saroj Tripathi, to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Dr.
Thank
Mehti.
you, sir.
Hi, Chingsui.
Hello, sir. Very good evening and warm welcome to the first edition of the Voice of East and the webinar. Today's theme would be on motivation, and we have an impressive list of panelists: Dr. MC Meher, Dr. Vijay Goswami, Dr. G. Basmoit, Dr. J. Agrawal, Dr. Nagendra Prasad, and Dr. Samantha. I, along with my co-host, Saroj Tripathi, welcome you all. We request our president of EIZOC, Dr. Abhijit Ghosh, to kindly give the welcome speech.
Thank you all and very good evening to you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Thank you. Good evening to you.
Yes.
Before we start, I have a small little request. We have lost a lot of doctors, including the wife of Biraj. It's a very sad day for us. So, for a minute, can we please be silent? Thank you. Thank you. So, well, good evening, everyone. It's a wonderful day today because we are launching one of the very innovative programs of EIZOC, the Voice of the East. I am extremely proud to have a very good set of young people like everyone to have inceptions to wonderful ideas, be it white coats, be it skill transfer courses, Voice of the East, All these are very innovative and wonderful projects. And this is one of the projects which I feel should be very, very important to our curriculum, and it should be a prolonging process. It should carry on and on. I believe we are in very good, safe hands, and the project will carry on. Now, EIZOC with days having a different meaning to all of us. It is just not only science, it is a lot of friendship, camaraderie, and a lot of good feelings with each other. I for one, have been benefited a lot by EIZOC. I would just request you to keep this forum in a very healthy spirit and let us enjoy all our friends together. You see these bad times, and we must all come together and enjoy ourselves. Let us enjoy these proceedings and make EIZOC a very fruitful things. Thank you very much. Before I end, I must ask Dr. R.C. Meher, our Vice President. Meher Saab, are you listening, please? Dr. Meher, I think he's not listening. Dr. Meher, are you there? Okay, thank you very much. With this words of introduction, I would request Pranav to take over and carry on the proceedings, please.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Honorable Secretary ISOC, Pranav Ranjan, to please give the introduction.
My net is slightly disturbed actually.
Sir.
We can hear you, sir.
You can hear me. Okay. Can I mean, everything has gone haywire. Anyway, the present pandemic has set many new variables for us, and hard days are what makes one strong. And in the process, we have learned many things the hard way. The webinar series Voice of East is a culmination of the new thought process. Why we thought about this program? I mean, there are a few queries, and there are a few, and I am going to answer a few of them. Most of the people asked why is this series? I mean, the answer is this series is going to keep us connected. This series is going to throw new opportunities to the young people. And what I foresee, my vision is that we are going to promote the young talent which I see has not been given a proper opportunity at the national level. National levels, what we see is that most of the time, the old guards, the old speakers are only coming in the webinar. This Voice of East is going to create a sea of opportunity for the young people of the East. Not only the scientific forum, we are also going to have some other things like science and otherwise. The other things that we are going to look into is we are going to talk about insurance, we are going to talk about practice, we are going to talk about legal things, we are going to talk about politics also. So this is going to be a blend altogether of science and beyond science. And every fortnight we are going to have 2 scientific sessions will follow a general common session. We have devised a mechanism whereby all the states are going to get the benefit of it, and all the states are going to participate and do this scientific and non-scientific activity at the same time. With these small words, I'm extremely hopeful, and I still I end up this introduction by saying that woods are lovely, dark and deep, and I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. And I see a lot of potential in this program. Thank you so much.
Next, we request Dr. Devasis Das, our chair of the scientific committee, to kindly talk on the opportunity. Dr. Devasis Das, please. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಆಗಿದೆ.
My screen visible, sir?
Yeah.
The screen is visible. Hello?
Yeah, we can see that.
Yes, it's visible.
Is my
Yeah,
screen
we can
visible,
see,
sir?
sir.
Hello?
Yeah, we can see.
Yes,
Yeah.
Devashish, you are visible. Yeah.
Good evening, EIZOC. Actually, this is a huge opportunity. Of us in this pandemic are sitting back forcefully back at home, and we have ample opportunities online to present ourselves, to present our minds, to present our academics, and to rear the next generations. We, on behalf of EIZOC, would like to harp on this ample opportunities in front of us right now. To arrange the program, The Voice of the East, we have arranged our fortnightly evening online programs, not only for the EIZOC members, but this will be telecasted pan-India, if not over to Nepal and Bangladesh also. These evenings, we have selected it to be a Friday evening because we have noted that Saturdays are Sundays being weekends. There are more number of seminars, and comparatively, Fridays are relatively free for all of us to join hands together over here. We had decided, just now our Honorable Secretary was announcing this, we have decided an alternative one academic program which will be followed by a non-academic program, and we will continue likewise down the line. The responsibility of the academic program, as we have decided, will be given to one state at a time, flowing down in an alphabetical order. Like Arunachal Pradesh A will start. So Arunachal Pradesh will be organizing one academic program, followed by Assam, and this is how we will go down the line. The state in charge of the academic program will put in their main thrust. Again, just now Dr. Pranav has said, on the younger generations than on the established speakers and the academicians. The state organizing the academic program keep half of the speakers from their own state and the remaining half from the other respective states to give it an EIZOC flavor. Not only didactic lectures, we will present forward ophthalmic debates, ophthalmic quizzes, and also non-academic programs. As like that, we have decided to put up a mind-blowing NLP ICE mind-boosting workshop by the most famous motivational speaker in Calcutta today, Mr. Sudip Sinha. His introduction will be followed shortly. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Mehti,
Thank-
just 1 second I'll take. My net is now well. So just can I share the slide, because that has got the program, tentative program for October, November, and December. I just wanted to share that slide.
Hello.
Can I share my slide to just give you the brief of the tentative program we have for October, November, and December?
Please go ahead.
Just 1 second. Yeah. And after that, because that time I could not.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is what I discussed basically in the introduction. This is the scheme of things that I have devised. So every state is going to get a chance. 2 scientific programs will be followed by a program by the Secretariat, which will encompass, which will take into account all the 12 states of the East. And altogether, I have made a program of eight such programs. This will include all the 5 states as well as the Northeast states, running up to 20th of January 2021. And with the saying that do not limit the challenges, challenge the limits, and with an eye on the stars and feet on the ground, we shall succeed. Thank you. This is all I had to say, which I could not share in the beginning.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Pranav. Dada. Now, coming to the main theme of today's webinar, motivation, we have the first speaker, Dr. B.N. Gupta. Dr. B.N. Gupta, I think he needs no introduction into the EIZOC circle and most of the Eastern India. He is a versatile anterior segment surgeon. He is the coordinator and immediate past secretary of EIZOC, and obviously, I think very rightly, I think he has been credited with the revival of EIZOC after a long slumber. So please welcome Dr. B.N. Gupta for the first topic. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chingsui. Good evening, everybody. I will just carry you all people along my journey with EIZOC. Know that in late 70s, the stalwarts from Eastern India felt the need of having somebody so that their voice can be heard at AIOS level. So they sat together and they formed the zonal society, what is known as EIZOC. So Dr. L.C. Datta from Assam, Dr. A. Pandya from Bihar, U.C. Behra from Odisha, Dr. M. Lala Singh from Manipur, Dr. K.R. Datta from West Bengal. But it was Professor Ranveer Mukherjee who took the lead role, and he in the formation of EIZOC, and he drafted the constitutions. At the first annual GB meeting in Kolkata in 1985, the EIZOC was inaugurated and constitution drafted by Professor Mukherjee was passed. And the founder executives were Dr. Sri Mohan Mishra from Darbhanga, President, Dr. R.L. Saha, Secretary, and Dr. Chandi Datta. And later on, Dr. P.L. Saha took over from him, and so the journey of EIZOC started. So far as my journey with EIZOC is concerned, although I was attending EIZOC conferences previously also, but became life member at Patna conference in 2000. And you can see I have just preserved this money receipt, the life membership subscription receipt, because it was signed by none other than our past president, Dr. Ajit Sinha himself. I still remember that he was standing in the parking area, and whoever used to enter the premises, he used to catch him, member hai ki nahi. So this was in 2000 that I became member. I was lucky to have the faith and confidence of our fellow colleagues, and so that I was assigned certain tasks as Editor General and Proceeding, Chairman Scientific Committee, Honorary General Secretary, and presently I am the Chief Coordinator. I was awarded first EIZOC Luminary Award in 2009 at Silchar. So something about EIZOC conference. Our honorable colleagues, you will agree to it, that previously EIZOC conferences used to be clubbed with state ones, and all the programs of the state used to take the front lead, and EIZOC used to get the back seat, and hardly a session or some sessions were allotted to EIZOC. So that way we felt that EIZOC was being ignored or not being given proper recognition or proper respect. So after a long gap, an independent EIZOC conference was held with initiatives taken by our president, Dr. H.K. Chaudhary. And since then, we have been holding independent conferences, which gave a new dimension to the society. The first one held at Silchar. It was, although 2014-15, but it was held on 10th and 11th January 2015. And we really witnessed the amazing enthusiasm of the President, Dr. H.K. Chaudhary and his team. You can see here the picture, the Silchar conference, and this is the delegates, and here this is the temple of Silchar. Then the next conference, 2015.
Your screen is not shared, sir.
Pardon?
Sir, your screen is not shared.
Okay.
We are not able to see your screen.
So do you have a presentation kind of a thing or what?
Yeah, I think he was showing the slide, some slides, I think, which is not visible.
Yes.
So you have to open the slides from below share screen.
Share screen. Go to share screen and then.
Share screen. Share screen.
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah, it is fine now, sir.
We can see your desktop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Now it's visible, sir.
Correct.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, visible.
I was just showing you. This is the. You can see the money receipt of life membership, which I became in 2000. And this was the award, EIZOC Luminary Award, the first EIZOC Luminary Award awarded to me at Silchar Conference. This is the picture of Silchar Conference. You can see our President, Dr. H.K. Chaudhary, sitting with beautiful hat on the dais. Then the next conference was on 26-27 September at Bhubaneswar 2015. You can see many stalwarts like Dr. Chandri Das, Dr. B.K. Sahai, Dr. R.C. Meher, Dr. A.S.B. Sahai, Dr. Vidya V.N. Prasad, and so many people sitting in the front row. Then came 2016. It was held in Patna. And you can see the first, the front row, Dr. H.R. Mohanty, late Dr. H.R. Mohanty, who was a strong pillar of EIZOC, but we really miss him in all the events of EIZOC. Professor A.S.B. Sahai, Dr. V.N. Prasad, and the back seat you can see Dr. R.C. Meher, Dr. Gun Sagar Das, and many people. Then it was 2017, it was held in Hyderabad. And in the coalfield area, you can see the Union Minister of State for Health, Mr. Ashwini Chaubey, was the chief guest. And you can see here the coalfield, the Dhanbad coal mines area. The 2018, it was held at Kona Expressway, in beautiful venue in Kolkata. And in 2018, the new team took over under the dynamic leadership of Mr. Pranav Ranjan. Now, coming to the midterm conferences, actually, I was feeling that our Northeastern colleagues, they were not very much active, or they were, we really used to miss them in our conferences. So my thought was how to bring them to the mainstream, our fold. So this was my dream project, to bring Northeastern states to the mainstream of EIZOC. And with your support and inspiration, we started holding midterm conferences in Northeastern states from 2016 every year, which re-strengthened the bonds amongst members. And Dr. Jennifer was the first person. She took the initiative, and we held the conference in Shillong. I think this one single step proved to be a Ramban for our society, and brought our Northeastern states in the mainstream, and all members started enjoying tourism-based socio-scientific meets. And it was very well described by our president, Dr. Abhijit Ghosh, at Kaziranga, that let this midterm conference, let us make it 40% science and 60% social meeting, tourism. So the first midterm conference we enjoyed in Shillong. It was a very well attended conference. You can see in the picture Dr. Devashish Bhattacharya, Dr. Jennifer, myself, Dr. S.C. Das, and all the delegates, the president, was also there, President AIOS. Then the Imphal conference, Dr. Chingsui was the organizing secretary, and we had a wonderful conference there. You can see here the beautiful venue, the Jubilee Hall. Then in 2018, we had a Gangtok conference, third EIZOC MidCon. It was again a very successful program, very largely attended conference. In 2019, we had our fourth EIZOC MidCon at Agartala, and it was a very well attended conference. And you can see, I have just shown you the picture of Uno Koti, that is a wonderful tourism site of Agartala. So the important milestones, when I look back my tenure as General Secretary, I really feel satisfied for some of the contributions which I made to EIZOC. Like previously, there was no database as such, and so there was no membership number also. The people used to ask, why don't you make some database? So in 2015, I made the database of members with permanent membership number and state code. And the first member directory with a new getup was released at EIZOC on Bhubaneswar. Then 2016, we started midterm conferences. Dr. Jennifer was the torchbearer of this event at Shillong. 2017, our society got registered at Ranchi. We procured PAN card, released EIZOC pin at EIZOC on Dhanbad. And 2018, the new executive body elected. One thing I would like to mention that the membership growth was phenomenal in during that period, because I received with a membership number 598, which went to 801. That is, I added 203 new members during my tenure. So, what should be the aim of EIZOC? To me, I think there are certain tasks which we need to be done to identify the center of excellence in each zone who are ready to impart training and skill transfer to candidates of the zone. This was highlighted by our past president, Dr. Arvind Jaiswal, and very well taken up by the secretary, the president, Dr. Vijit Ghosh, Dr. R.C. Paul, Dr. Rajan Anand, and they have already started working on it. I think in near future we will start with this program. Then to identify and groom members having leadership quality who can take part in activities of All India Ophthalmological Society and other national or international ophthalmological societies. We must plan a strategy for AIOS and other societies election. One single consensus candidate for one post should be nominated and supported by entire zone. For zonal post, single nomination should be made by different states in rotation so that he or she gets elected uncontested and every state gets an opportunity. In scientific meets also, we should identify the young talents and we groom them, and we see to it that the zonal faculty should be promoted. So I really thank very much, sincerely thank to my predecessor and elder brother, Dr. S.C. Das, and past presidents, especially Dr. S.B. Sahay, Dr. Mukherjee, Dr. V.N. Prasad, Dr. P.K. Sahay, H.K. Chaudhary, P.L. Saha, Surendra Singh, Arvind Jaiswal, and my dear colleagues, Devashish Bhattacharya, Dr. B.N.R. Subudhi, Dr. Virat Jyoti Goswami, Dr. R.C. Meher, Satyen Deka, Subhas Prasad, and all others who contributed to the growth of EIZOC. So I am glad and satisfied for EIZOC has emerged rejuvenated, more enthusiastic and vibrant, and is considered the most well-organized zonal society in the country. This is not my version, but actually I remember in a conference, the midterm conference, the AIOS executives had come. Dr. Namrata Sharma was there, and Dr. Lalit Verma was also telling me they have been going to all the zonal conferences, but the EIZOC is really vibrant and really very well organized. So I'm sure the new dynamic team headed by President Dr. Abhijit Ghosh, General Secretary Dr. Pranav Ranjan, Chairman Scientific Committee Dr. Devashish Das, along with other wonderful, energetic and renowned faces from East, Dr. Nagendra Prasad, Dr. J.G. Agrawal, Dr. Swaraj Bhattacharya, Dr. Sujay Samanta, Dr. Saroj Tripathi, and all others will take the society to newer heights. Long live EIZOC. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Dr. P.N. Gupta sir has given a very nice talk, sir. Our next speaker is our guest speaker, Dr. Sudeep Sinha. He has done doctorate in management studies, is NLP master practitioner, mind trainer, and wellness coach. He is from the city of Joy, Kolkata. I welcome Dr. Sudeep Sinha. The screen is all yours, Dr. Sinha.
Just
Good
for a
evening.
Mr. Sudeep, good evening. Just before you start, can I ask Dr. Devashish Das to show his slides, introductory slides?
No, it is okay, sir, because he is already sharing his screen. So let him go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see.
Please
Good
go ahead.
evening. Good
Please,
evening.
please.
Good evening. Good evening.
One more time. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Very good.
Okay. Yes. So, how are you? How are you, East? Is it super? Okay?
Yeah,
Or going?
great.
It's vibrating.
Absolutely
Super,
perfect.
super.
Absolutely
Great.
perfect.
I
Even
already
in the
got it's
pandemic.
vibrant.
Great. Thank you very much. And it is honor to be here to associated with you to this evening and share some great ideas that I am working with last 10 years. So this is all about inner motivation and inner capability enrichment. Generally what happens, the term motivation has got dual meaning actually. Like we listen to the motivational speaker, we read motivational group, and it is 2.5 days the motivational are there. Okay, we have got great ideas, but until unless we put that idea into practice and get experience, it is not really impactful in our life, and we cannot change or see the change in our life. Now, let's talk about the NLP, a subject in neuro-linguistic programming, and what is all about, and why this is pertaining to our environment. So NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro means nervous system, all we know. Linguistic means how we speak, how we think, how we behave, how we act, and how we transform our life from ordinary to extraordinary, for which we are thriving for. And now, in this pandemic environment, things are not good in the external world. But in the ups and downs of the external world, if we let our inner system impacted, then we are really nowhere. So NLP is all about changing the thinking pattern, changing the behavior, changing the attitude such a way that we can really make our inner capability super strong and combat nicely to the ups and downs environment in life. So we'll talk different aspect, and if you have any question, you can write it down and then we can discuss in our question answer session. It is very intense topic and I hope you will be impactful for you. So now let me do a quick exercise. So can you all, sit straight with a upright chin and straight spine, and take few deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now gently close your eyes and then think of that you are in the worship room and you are receiving enormous blessings from your well-wisher and from your God and supreme energy source. You are receiving beautiful blessings and your inner voice says, I am becoming happy, healthy, energetic, young, joyful, blessed, connected, ignited, motivated, secure, and safe. I am becoming happy, healthy, energetic, young, connected, motivated. And your inner voice is also saying, thank you, Supreme Energy Source, for all of your wishes, and I am becoming enlightened and empowered. Be with the moment for few seconds. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. Now gradually open your eyes and see the surroundings and come into normal state. Question: how do you feel it?
Good.
Is it good? Is it connected? Is it controlled? Is it rejuvenated? Feeling happy and more energetic? How do you feel it?
It's rejuvenating.
Thank you. And any other view, please? You can unmute, say, and mute. How do you feel it? Different exercise? Any more answer? You can unmute, say, and mute. How do you feel?
Pranav, you are muted.
Yeah. It's a feeling as if
Feeling ignited.
feeling like flying somewhere,
Yes.
like above the surface, above the earth.
Thank you. Yeah. So it is a first kind of exercise you might be seeing, and you might be also feeling when I ask to do breathe in and breathe out, maybe in 5 or 6, after doing some 5 or 6 times, you can feeling lighter. So it is all about the habit, and more we do this kind of practice, then our energy level of body and mind connectivity will be really boosted. We'll talk through. Now, you are the doctors. You are the very, very special, serving the society in a innovative way. So in my view, doctor means you are really having a dedication to treat patient, to treat society for their well-being. You are original. Though the theory is same, but you are treating with your originality, and that's how you are creating the competitive advantage. You have courage to take up the challenges and mitigate those. You convert the not moving things into tangible result. You are open-minded and you are reliable, on which whole society trust you and pray you that you are really superior. Now this NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, will be really help to come one step further. You will be really dreamer. You will be really opportunity hunter. You will be having a choice mastery. Something like you see, like things are really closed. Now, if we use the NLP tool that I will be discussing, then you can see that, okay, plan B, plan C, plan D is coming up, and you can select the best one. You will be able to use or utilize your finite resources like time. So you will be able to manage what is important, what is urgent, so that you can put your effort in the right direction. You will be really becoming outstanding and result oriented realist. So that's how the NLP will be helping you to think differently, make different strategy, and then you will be more closer to achieve your dream goals. So let's see. Now, all we thrive for excellence. Excellence means what we do, we will be doing tomorrow in a better way. So NLP has got belief of excellence. That means whatever the excellent person or successful people across the globe do, their thinking pattern is always in a positive direction. External environment may be ups and downs, but we can really think positive, and not only thinking positive, but taking the right strategy and action to convert our result into favorable. So NLP says all have got enormous resources to make this thing happen in reality in right time. So every individual has got enormous resources. We need to really enable them. Second is every problem has got a right solution if we know how to solve that. Number 3 is there is no failure, only feedback. Number 4 is for every behavior there is one unconscious positive intention. Number 5 is body and mind is connected entity. And number 6 is if someone can do it, we can do it. That means do not waste your time to invent the fourth wheel. Rather, look for who is the best fourth wheel manufacturer, copy the model, and then put that in your life with a uniqueness. That's how you can get your speed really being accelerated. In summary, NLP wellness is equal to our success, our consistent growth, peace, and inner satisfaction. That's how we can achieve our holistic well-being and we can achieve our excellence. Now, very quickly, so we are in the current position and then we want to go to the new position. In order to go to the new position, we need strategy, we need action, and we need focus. In order to have new action, new strategy being implemented, we need two distinct things. One is physically healthy body and boosted mind. So we need to take care our body, we need to take care our mind, and that's how we can achieve our current dream. Fundamentally, goal setting exercise is one of the fundamental exercise we need to do every week. Write down what exactly you want to do, what exactly you want to be, and what exactly you want to go. There is a fantastic triangle. If you want to be something, start today. If you want to do something which is blocking to doing things, change that. And if you want to achieve something or have something, stop which is the showstopper. So if you follow this, start being, change doing, and have stopping these three, then you will be able to achieve your milestone. Now, how NLP says actually? The NLP is for self-rejuvenation. It will enable you to develop confidence level. It will enable you to have excellent communication skill. It is enabling you to have the painful past memory deleted and repairing your future in a potential way. And it will be helping to resolve various conflicting situations and move forward in life. NLP will show us how to change our thinking pattern so that we can delete or get rid of our negative belief and put strategic action into practice and create the habit so we can really transform our line of journey in life from the ordinary to the extraordinary level. This is called biggest 10 number of 16 number of things that you can put that into practice. So this is current self audit. How about family? How about education? How about the society reputation? How about the growth opportunity? So out of this 160, you can score your present situation and you will be able to see by self audit how you need to focus in which area. If you see my creativity at this moment is pretty low, so you need to really focus on innovation so that you can think differently. Because if someone is doing the same practice in last 10 years, then with the competition, we may not get the desired result. So we need to be innovative, need to be creative so that we can get a fantastic result. So in summary, what we are thriving for: improve feature, better health, better wealth, better security, significance, being love, consistent success, and finally happiness of mind. Now, we really dream, but the dream sometimes is lost. So we need to see how by boosting mind power, we can really help to get ourselves in a greater way. Now a quick question. What is mind? Can anyone please give a one-liner answer? What is mind and where it is situated? Any answer, please?
Mind is a binocular.
Okay, and what is it situated?
If we want to see the things, the positive things, with the binocular on, it will come nearer and be bigger. And if we want to reverse the binocular to the negative things, it will recede away and it will be smaller. So how we set our mind in a positive way to keep our mind in a binocular mode.
Very nice, sir. Thank you.
Wonderful.
So, yeah. So where the mind actually, so you are, getting the actual thing, it will be interested. Now, where the mind is located? Is it in belly? Is it in head? Where the mind is located? Any answer?
If we consider our body as the milk, then mind is the stream over the milk, which has got all the concentrated ingredients of the body, as well as it has got the flavor.
Very nice. So basically, mind is the surroundings or the aura, we can say, everywhere. Sometimes we say mind is here. Sometimes we say, oh, okay, my gut feeling say crack the interview. So basically, mind is holistic. It is everywhere. And then we need to really nourish and flourish. So we need to see how. So basically, mind has got two interesting parts, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Question, all use Google, right? Google.com search engine, right? All use Google. So
Yeah.
do you know, like, what is the percentage of information of internet Google actually holds? Any idea? What is the percentage of information of internet Google actually holds? Any rough idea? What is the percentage Google knows?
It must be around less than 10%.
It must be around
10%.
Less than 10%.
less than 10%. Excellent.
Yeah.
So where the other goes?
The others are not exposed to the Google. There
It is
are a
the
lot
tip
of
of
things
the
in the mind
iceberg.
which the Google
It
cannot
is the
read.
tip of the iceberg.
Google is not, yeah,
Exactly.
Only Google can read only which has been fed to Google.
yeah.
Exactly.
Just
So
inside the mind is inside the mind. It's not in the Google.
right. So basically, Google only knows 5 to 10%, and the rest is with the hacker, that is called dark web or deep web. Similarly, our conscious mind, what is nothing but we are seeing, we are interacting, and our subconscious mind, the deep rooted one that knows, okay, once the webinar will be completed, I'll watch my favorite movie, and there is a beautiful Belgium chocolate in my, deep freezer. I'll take it and enjoy that. So that's the subconscious mind. So basically, it can go far. So, like Swamiji said, we are what our thought has made us. So take care about what we think. We are secondary, thoughts travel far, and strength is life, weakness is death. How mind works. Now, very beautiful. Again, you can sit straight and then close your eyes gently. Take few deep breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. Now think of last cricket match you enjoyed last and your favorite team won the match. You were very excited to see the match from the morning, and you see that your favorite team really played well during the difficult time. Your team spirit really gave the rejuvenation. Yes, that's how my favorite team player did differently, and I can see my inner ability is also boosted and enlightened with the fact that I can do things differently what I have planned in my mind. Think of that, and then you see the thing you saw that time, how beautifully the player collaborated, coordinated to score more run and to defend effectively, efficiently, finally to win the match. Now you open your eyes and come to the normal state. So how do you feel? You are directly into that match, correct? You are directly went to associate your mind to that arena of enjoyment and winning spirit, right? So exactly the same way Sat told, this is the fundamental working capability of mind. So conscious mind is nothing but the ball of awareness. When we put in resourceful state, happy state, joyful state, strength oriented, it will be like that only. It is just like a white cotton ball. And then if it is in depressed or sad or anxious moment, it will be really on that shape. So our part or our role is boosting your mind always to the positive direction with the same spirit so that we can see things are moving really into positive direction as we wish, because we have got enormous inner capability, and if the ups and downs of the external world make us feel bad, then when we will be doing differently, when we will be contributing differently, that is the main goal of our life. Now, this slide, can you see that slide well? This is the state of mind. This is one of the favorite topic of every mind management taught. And if you know the art of mind management, the state of mind management is very helpful. Listen to that carefully. Now, event 1 is the external event, and event 2, what we call our inner representation. Now, every event has got a different meaning for the individual. So, Ram has got a pickpocket, and then it is loss of 10 rupees for Ram. But who has done the pickpocket of 10 rupees? He can have 2 Bapuji cake and mitigate his appetite, right? So, the same incident has got 2 different meaning for 2 different individual. Now, whatever is happening in the external environment, we are not getting that imprint in our subconscious mind. So there are 3. I'm sorry, can you put on mute? Okay, thank you. So in our mind, we have got 3 filters. One is deletion, one is distortion, and one is generalization. Let's say one tiger is coming. Then deletion means, oh, tiger asche, kichu korbe na. Nothing will happen. That's a deletion. So one kind of step. Then distortion, oh, tiger is coming. I had got one friend whose left hand was cut by the tiger. That's a distortion. And generalization, oh, tiger is coming. Then I'll not be, I'll not be really living or able to live or escape. So this kind of thing. So now what happens, we need to really learn the art of our state of mind elevated. Why? Because if we know to state of mind elevated, then any situation we cannot be breaking ourselves, rather we will be making ourselves. Recently, one project was failed due to the anything. Sorry. So recently, one project was failed due to the malperformance of the team. Then manager rapidly fired their team member. So one started crying, okay, I'll quit our job. One person thought differently, and he told that I will do differently, I will do extra effort, and that's how I'll be able to make the next project grand success. So it is all about thinking differently. It is all about putting the positive aspiration in motivation, and that's how it goes. So what happens, like when we think negative, when we really die before dying, then the bad hormone cortisol or adrenaline takes us control. And then when we have the positive mindset, then dopamine and all other happy hormone really make us in a better shape. So the body and mind goes into unresourceful state when we are really anxious, confused, and depressed in a fearful situation. That's how we need to make ourselves resourceful so that we can really cope up the challenges that we see for any adverse situation on life. And thus, you need to really be high in spirit, because if you see in your birthday, you see huge traffic jam. So your goal is so inspiring that you will not be angry. But in a normal day, if you are late and if you are seeing the traffic jam, then your irritation, angers come into more positive or more accelerated manner. So you need to put that into strategy. Okay, call the person, sorry, I am late, very uncontrolled situation, it is traffic jam, so I may be 10 or 15 minutes late. So communication, collaboration, these are
Hello.
coming to, yeah, hi. Okay, so communication,
Huh?
collaboration, these come into place for the respective plan B approach. Now, this is very much important, psychoneuroimmunology, and we need to really think positive and practice positivity with the strategy and action, because our immunity is either superactive or suppressed or confused. So we need to take care our immunity system such a way that we will be really elevated our immunity starting from the thinking pattern to gut, and that's how we will be really have the mindset. So thought creates our state of mind, and that creates our feeling and action, and that is well aligned to our attitude, behavior, habit, character, and personality, and that makes our destiny stronger and boosted. So that's the life cycle, and that is how think positive, associate positive, make right strategy to get the right aspiring goal being achieved in this stipulated span of time. That's a new way of thinking and putting that the practice. Now, it is essentially required to sharpen your skill every day. One person told, hey, look, you are really becoming angry when you are not seeing things in a positive direction. Then there are one important thing we need to focus on. One is subconscious incompetency, and other is conscious incompetency. What does it mean? So someone is saying that you becoming angry when things are not in a right shape. So he is saying that, and then we need to really accept the criticism to get the positive result. So when criticize, can we stop the criticism? No. People are saying or people are criticizing, we need to really see the criticism at a distance and see, is that the right thing for our long-term goal? If yes, then we need to see what is the failure I have. So, okay, the failure is subconscious incompetency because I don't know. Then what happens? I need to work on so that I will not get really angry. And I need to practice that with the mind boosting tools and technique such a way that when adverse situation will be coming, I'll be really cooling down and handle effectively. That's how the subconscious incompetency comes into conscious competency, and we change the adverse situation in life. Now, mind is really a place, I told already, where we need to give a specific instruction. What we practice will get result. Like if we master negativity, it will be a negative jungle. If we master practicing positive thought, strategizing, it will be really put the fruitful result. So now if you say mind, I love apple, it will get confused. What kind of apple? Is it a fruit or it is a manufacturer of iPhone? Or what kind of apple is it? Is it fruit? Like, is it sweet? Is it sour? Or it is a different texture, etc. So fundamental essence is put extra effort to clarify your goal, to clarify your strategy in your subconscious mind, so that subconscious mind being the whole plane, it will rejuvenate your conscious mind, which is the pilot, and you can take off and land very safely. And this is a beautiful statement. Life is a beautiful journey between birth and destiny. We have got only option left over is choice. Choice to be focused, choice to be great, choice to be excellent, enthusiastic, choice to be really energetic, and choice to make a difference and win in life. So that's how we have a choice. We have a real choice of converting and transforming our life from ordinary thinking, ordinary behaving to extraordinary achievement. SWOT analysis is one of the essential component that we should thrive for. If threat come, accept with the responsibility, reframe that into the opportunity, and that's how you convert into strength and you win over. So this is the fundamental essence for every situation. Draw what you have, what you don't have, what I want and what I don't want, and then convert the threat into strength, opportunity from the respective challenges, and that's how you can create the difference. Now, belief system is one of the critical aspects for which our body and mind takes an integral part. In 20 years back, when I went to Puri, I saw a twin boy was sitting in the beach. One was literally crying and other was not crying. So being a passionate photographer, I went and just started to click. My inner voice says, don't click, ask. I went then. I saw one boy was literally crying. I was just trying to see why you were crying. So he told, our parents gone or passed away long back, and we have got a fire, and many important documentation got fired yesterday. So I am quite at a loss and don't know how to survive, and I am crying. The other boy, I felt really sorrow. And then the other boy who was not crying, I asked, why you are not crying? Why you are really quiet? He told gently, yes, our mental state is not good, but I have an inner belief, thank to God, thank to fire, that they took all important papers, but me and my brothers are still alive. I have a strong belief I can make things happen better than the current in the future. That's the belief system. If you can make your belief system strong enough, if you practice that, then self-limiting belief will be narrowed down and your self-esteem will be really grown up and you can really change. Now, it is very much essential, past, present and future. We are really bogged down by painful past memory, and then we are worried for the future and present uncertainty. If you look well, the term present is present. So until you repair your past, your future will not be bright enough. So fundamental essence is you need to learn how to repair your past and prepare your future so that you can really boost your journey in an efficient way. So I think I just crossed the time. So can I have 5 minutes or what do you see? Can I have 5 more minutes?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for that. So now this is a very useful exercise, how we can get rid of painful past memory. Painful past memory is sometimes bog us down very much. We cannot get rid of, and we can see, okay, this is so pathetic that it is seems to be end of the world. But believe that your inner capability is so powerful that you have got the enormous capability to move further with a more enthusiasm and more positive. So if you have painful past memory, take a piece of paper, write down what is the painful past memory all about, what you have seen, what you have felt, and what you have seen, what you have felt, what you have heard. So this is the top portion. Then the next is, what is the key learning from that? So what was the outcome? And if the situation will appear again, what exactly the learning that you can overcome? And the third is, what you can do better to avoid the situation. If you can write down this thing, then all from the subconscious mind will come to conscious mind, and then it will be really in the paper. And then you tear down the first portion, painful past event, and tear down and get rid of from your native place, and read loudly what is the key learning and what I should be doing in similar situation. If you put that into practice, then your subconscious mind will really strategizing thing in a better way, so that similar instances can be handled in a better and mature way, so that you will not be impacted by this kind of memory in the future. And then always use metaphor. Metaphor means saying in a positive direction. So relationship is like a tulip garden. More I explore, more I beautiful, things are coming. My healths are becoming really rejuvenated day by day. So if you do the positive aspiration or positive affirmation day by day, then your subconscious mind will create a habit mind, and that's how you will be able to see things are happening in positive direction. One more important thing, for every aspect of life, you analyze pain and gain. What is my pain if I get it? What is my pain if I don't get it? And what is my gain if I get it? And what is my gain if I don't get it? For any situation, if we can get these four answers ready, then always you can have a plan B, and you will not get any anxiety, depression, frustration coming up. Follow that, and you can see that different aspect of life. And obviously, you need to have the goal setting, and goal to be so inspiring that you will be dragged towards the goal rather than snoozing the alarm clock and sleep. So you will be really real enthusiastic, so that you can get rid of before your goal. And finally, we will be, a lot of things are there. So finally, we will be seeing one beautiful thing, that is, so raise your hand who really see, or who really feels that you have got a great memory. So do you, because doctors generally need to keep in mind a lot of things. So say yes if you think you have got a super memory. Is it something?
We are all having brain degeneration with our age. We remember the old things, not the new ones.
Yeah.
Right, Abhijit.
Yes. So basically, this is a natural process. But today, we'll be discussing one small tool so that we can have the rejuvenation. Because in childhood, I played and I did a double century. It is quickly off from our mind. But the new molecule, oh, ছেলেটার নাম কি? Oh, Eureka, he was Ram. It happens, right? Now, let's see what are the trick to get the memory power boosted in a very nice way. There is a trick. Let's say in Howrah station, 1000 people are roaming and we can't recollect their faces. But if one person with a monkey mask and then a beautiful tail, yellow color, and a beautiful, rose on top of that, we can recapitulate for a long time, right? So in order to have a super memory, we need to really reconnect and associate. Okay. Now let's see how many we can remember. Like there are few terms: carbonate, sodium, magnesium, argon, fluorine, bauxite, polonium, cobalt, chlorine, and gallium. So this is all childhood chemistry. Now carbonate, sodium, magnesium, argon, fluorine, bauxite, oxygen, polonium, cobalt, chlorine, and then gallium. So do you think, like, if you practice, how many you will be able to recall? Let's say the number 7 maximum. In a chunk, a beautiful mind can recall it 7 or 10 maximum, right? But if it is more than that, what will be the trick? Right. What will be the trick? Yes, someone?
Mnemonics.
Yes, yes. So basically, the fundamental trick is you need to create a quick, unique story. Let's say you have a beautiful red color car. Okay, beautiful red color car you love to drive. You open up the bonnet of the car and then find a soda water bottle. And with this soda water bottle, you went to your house and feeling very hungry. You saw only Maggie was there. So you put the soda water into the Maggie. And then after preparing the Maggie, instead of putting that into a bowl, you put in your air gun and then fire the air gun, and it went to the next flat. And then it is Maggie was situated on the floor and the native was really shouting, and you started cleaning up the floor. While cleaning up the floor, you saw one box, and you open up the box, one ox came, and the ox went into the polonium, and you find one belt, and the belt was cleaned by chlorine, and after putting the belt, you will do the gallium. So if you create one story, then it will create a beautiful mental map, and that's how you will be able to recollect or relocate that. So how many you can remember? Fast, anyone? So you have a red color car, you open up the bonnet. So that was carbonate, right? So basically that's how, if you can just make the similarity, then your subconscious mind can have a better correlation. Now this is the fundamental, like 1 to 10 paging, that you can really allocate. Sometime it happens in a conference, you are supposed to give a speech for 1 to 10, but 7, after 7 it is not coming into head. So if you put point number 1 coming from sun, point number 2 associate with Su, and that's how you will be able to boost your mind in a better way. So basically subject and then association, make it unique, colorful movie, give it sound, and associate with feeling. That's how you can really break the nut. So something very unique, you need to put extra effort on your urgent versus non-urgent mapping, so that you can effectively your time. And resource versus challenge. If you see challenges are big, don't get bogged down. You need to make your resources powerful. And if you see your resources are lagging, resources are ample, challenge is small, take new challenge, take new innovative, so that you can really feel enthusiastic and move further. So stress management is again longer traffic, but if we practice the positivity, thinking differently, good association, and then we will be able to break the nut. We will be ending with a small exercise today. From childhood, we know how to do Namaste Mudra or Namaste. So if we do this practice, then it will help us to balance our right brain and left brain, manipulating our logical thinking and creative thinking, so that we can have a better rejuvenation of life, being matured enough. And finally, all we should focus on ikigai, that is nothing but what we love to do and what we are good at, matching with what industry want and industry pays. If we create that zone, then we can really have our passion being converted into compassion and profession, and we can earn more with a unique contribution in life. And what you see at first look, it is good or the opposite?
Good.
Okay, thank
I
you.
saw God in it.
It is
Okay.
evil.
Okay. So basically, whatever the challenges, you need to convert into opportunity. That's the way of looking life in a different angle to move forward. And finally, we need to put all the aspect coming from the physical activity, sleep, gut health, infection management, development, creative practice, visuality, diet, sunlight, and emotional state management, so that obviously in a holistic view, we can have a better life for rejuvenation and create the wow factor. The lady has got some impossible hand situation, so he was not stoppable. So he started throwing the bow with the leg and the support of hand. So all has got enormous power. We need different strategy, different action, different thinking from the conventional to new way of doing things, so that we can really see and be thankful, celebrate, and live life with a joyful state, not a fearful state. And then see this man, what a smile, what a confidence, lost everything, but still believe he can steal life again with his old machine. So that's the way to move forward. So good luck and wish you all the best. Stay blessed, and in the future we can really give some mind boosting technology, so that you can see lives changing. So question. Sorry I took extra time, but I think it is something very special and unique. So all are good to see that. So any question if you have.
It's really worth it. It's really worth it.
Really
So
want
how
it.
do you advise?
Thank you.
Just one
No, I
question.
think we should take up the third talk, and then question answer session.
Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Sinha.
Yeah.
I think the next talk would be given by our president, Dr. Abhijit Ghosh, who is a very well-known vitreoretinal surgeon. He is the president, of course, of the EIZOC, and who has been the past secretary and president of OSWP, also a member of the scientific committee of AIOS. Dr. Abhijit, please. Abhijit Ghosh, please.
Good evening. Biraj, it is very nice to see you. Biraj.
Hi.
Viraj sir, good evening, sir.
Viraj.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for joining.
ভালো আছিস তো বিরাজ? ঠিক আছিস? সব কাজ হয়ে গেছে? এভরিথিং ডান?
একদম ঠিক আছে, সব কাজ
I will take about
হয়ে গেছে।
7 to 10 minutes, not more than that. I have been told to talk about motivational talk. So what happens is that first thing I found out from the dictionary, what you mean by motivational talks. So very simply it is said, it is the art of stimulating the desire inside you. So then I thought that whom am I speaking to? I am only speaking to matured ophthalmologists. And we are matured enough. We have gone through the phases of life, and we are the people who motivate others basically. You think when you were a doctor, what you were told? Understand the psychology of the patient. So we have always been counselors. And what is a counselor? A counselor basically is a motivator. So we people are basically motivators. And I would tell our previous speaker, you were talking about stories regarding names. We have passed our anatomy because of stories only. There were plenty of stories, if you remember, that everyone can remember, I suppose. Arvind,
yeah.
can you remember?
Yeah, sir. That's why the mnemonic.
That was the mnemonic.
Especially
So,
carpal bones.
And most of the mnemonics you can't say in the public forum.
yeah, and that was the most interesting. That is why you could remember that.
Yeah.
So friends, now I'm going to talk about the present scenario basically and what has been affecting us. This is very important. As I have analyzed the present scenario, this unprecedented situation has brought a lot of changes which have come very abruptly. Very abruptly, these changes due to corona. It would and the most important thing, there is a feeling of gross uncertainty and insecurities in everyone's mind. This is for the first time in our life we feel that our existence is basically at stake, and that too we do not know the end. That is the question. And especially if you are a senior person, 65 years, you're always told you are at risk, you're not go out of the house. So how do we motivate ourselves? This is very important. I found, if you think of us, our daily routine have everything has gone haywire. Our daily routine has completely changed. We have got a new schedule of life, completely unaccustomed situation. A Monday morning, 12 o'clock, Pranav is busy with his broom. He's brooming. Can you ever have believed? And the worst part is my maid. She was looking at me with dismay. How would a man of that? I consider him a big bala doctor. How is doing that? But we have done that. We have done that, and we are still doing on the move. So next is our social life is gone. I go to clubs evening 3 days for a drink. That's gone. Hey, where you stay at home. Then the worst thing has happened is that human relationships have gone. My next door neighbor, who I known for 40 years, he is finding difficulty in calling me to his house. What could be more changes in human life? So this is a very important thing. So what happens, as had happened with all chronic disorders and cancers, we know what happens. The first stage when you know a disease is denial. We try to deny the disease. Second, what happens? We have anger. Why did it happen to me? And anger. And the last part is you come to the state of reconciliation and acceptance. In this corona stage, we have basically come to a stage of reconciliation now. We have come to accept life like this. That is this thing has happened inadvertently. We do not know, but we have come to this stage. Today we are laughing and accepting the thing that because of this, we couldn't have done this 3 months before. So what we have done, one feeling is that I have a feeling that I am not no more indispensable now. Life can go without me. With some of my friends having so bad a time, it is indispensable now. So what we have started a new schedule. We have rescheduled ourselves. I have been definitely advantageous because I am a patient. I have a lot of comorbidities. So from day one, 2 day, my no worries and stress. My food is all right. No snacks, no extra, and I have lost my weight. I'm telling you, my blood pressure is okay. My sugar has gone down. But unfortunately, my wife, about 3 weeks ago, she had corona, and she was to be admitted in a hospital. And that changed my lifestyle again. I started a bit of a drink, and my weight has gone up, and my pressure and sugar has gone up. But now, after a week, after seeing her well, I'm sorry, Viraj, I think it has gone down again. So these are the changes which have come to me. One realization is what important. I was feeling that I am the head of the family everywhere. I have my own priorities. When I stayed back home, I could feel the priorities of others, my wife, my children, my staff, they are also very important. I have to look after them also, which we haven't ever felt. The next thing is economics. Though those people who of us who practice regularly get a lot of money, and we spend from there. And that made a change because we are not earning any money. So these are the changes which have really affected me. Now, how do we motivate ourselves? I have always believed that self-motivation is the best part. We have all been self-motivated. Think of a scenario. A day, we have 14, 15 operations. Devashish. We have 15 operations, and the second operation, and then the second operation, someone's phone is on. And during the second operation, you have a dangerous complication. What about the other 13 cases? How do we do it? We have done it. You have done it. I have done it. Everyone has done it. So what is the key? We have self-motivated ourselves. How? How? It is an interesting story. When I used to play cricket, great cricket in Junior Bengal, my coach told me, someone is on the phone. Please mute, please.
Can you please mute so that echo will go?
So what happens? He told me, when you are batting, if you get a 0 on the other day, try to forget that. Try to remember the day when you made a century. That will be a better thing. And that we used to use when we are motivating ourselves. We have all gone through these stages. To remember yourself, we have gone to bad patients, good patients. We have gone and we have motivated ourselves. So I feel we are the best motivators. And one more thing, who was our basic? Everyone has got a motivator in himself. Remember your childhood days. If you go back time machine, when you were a young boy, there was, or girl, there was someone in the area or in your para or your neighborhood or one of your, who was your ideal basically. Because your idol, he was a cricket player you think would have been a better than Virat Kohli. He may be a dramatist. He was writing poetry. These people have motivated you basically. I remember a very small word. I remember a very small word from Mother Teresa. When I was doing an eye camp, Mother Teresa told me, one thing, remember doctor, remember one thing. It is not the question how unfortunate those people are whom you are treating, but it is a question of how fortunate you are. That you've got a home, you have got a place, you have a thing to back behind. That was a very important motivation in the part, on our part. Unknowingly, we have done a lot of counseling. So what happens in the present scenario? Nature has unexpectedly given us a lot of time to think, to introspect, to retrospect. I will tell you two. Someone is on the phone.
Please mute. Please
There is an
mute.
echo actually. It's
I think
echoing.
Dr. Hussein's
Please
phone
mute.
is echoing.
All
So
of us.
what happens? I will tell you two or three stories of doctors. One doctor is a class friend of mine. He is an eminent cardiologist, interventional cardiologist in Fortis Hospital. He is a very important person. He used to write poetry in his young days. Then during this period, we used to have a talk. So I told him, why don't you write the poetry and we'll give it a form. After coaxing, he wrote one poetry. It was wonderful. After that, you believe me, after 10 days, he comes and tells me, I have written 18 poems during this time. So I said, why don't we publish a book? And he was so excited, and he feels so excited now. The second one was my senior ophthalmologist. He is very fond of traveling. So he was feeling bad that we couldn't travel. So one day we were having a discussion, what should we do? Then we got at the idea, why don't you write wherever you have traveled? So he said, we have never thought of that. You believe me, he has come up with a 200-page book on his travel to Kailash and Manas Sarovar. He has come out with that. So these are the things, if you open Facebook, WhatsApp, you see wonderful things have been done by doctors. They are writing poems, they are singing, they are painting. Last week, Sunil Surana was there. We organized a program for OSWB, just a program, cultural programs. You believe me, there were 42 participants. 42 participants singing, reciting, anything, 42 participants. Isn't this a great thing? We all doctors, we have developed a group, photography for ophthalmologists, and we have about 70 members. Wonderful people. So I think every one of us doctors, we are intelligent here. We have something inside us which we were shy to, either shy or we didn't have the time to find out. Now this is the time, friends. This is the time, friends, to just get out of your shyness and do whatever you like, because we have done it. We have done a lot for the community, for ourselves, family. Possibly you have not done many things for us. So this is possibly a time when we should echo what we can do ourselves. And that is very, I know Pranab is having a yawn. but still yawning. But still, I think finally, friends, this is what we have wanted to do. We have never been done. Just think of yourself in the heart. I didn't want to be a doctor. I wanted to be a literary person. So you must want something. I think everyone wanted something else. So this is the time, friends, to motivate and think what you can do for yourselves. One thing I have been very done, which I am very happy. I am phoning my senior colleagues. I regularly phone Dr. Ranavir Mukherjee, and believe me, he's so happy. Someone's phone is on the mute. So, believe me, he is very happy. So there are many seniors who are bedridden. So why don't we take news of them? Why don't we talk to them? It causes a great difference in their lives, not ours. Remember this, friends. So this is the part I want to talk. Before I, one thing I want to say also, different people in life have different ways of motivation. Rabindranath Tagore said he was motivated by solitude. He used to go to Shilaidaho, absolutely in the verges of the Podda River, and be alone and motivated. Picasso was motivated by girls, ladies. There may be Van Gogh, he was motivated by hunger. So we are all motivated, say certain things we are motivated by. Let's find out and get motivated. So before I end with the words of with Rabindranath Tagore, which is said in Gitanjali. The Bengali is, আপনাকেই জানা আমার ফুরাবে না, সেই জানারই সঙ্গে সঙ্গে তোমায় চেনা. The English is, in the unending pursuit to know oneself, the eternal, I seek to fathom you. So it is always to seek to fathom something in life which we should do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abhijit.
Thank you so much,
sir. Thank you, sir.
So
should we have very limited time and we are well past the time? Should we allow for some discussion or should we go to the closing?
We'll have some discussion before going to the closing ceremony. Some discussion. Anybody having any query?
Anybody has got any
from any of the speakers?
Viraj, কিছু বলবি?
কিসের উপরে? On what?
On what you think.
So what do you think about life, sir?
You see, if I come from all the three topics, then I go one by one. About BNG's topic, whatever milestones he have said, I would say only one thing, that having the dynamicity of BNG is a big milestone for EIZOC.
Definitely.
That is the biggest milestone for EIZOC. And for the second speaker, Mr. Sudeep, it is the mindset which forms us our attitude, and it is always favorable to have a positive attitude, and we have to set our minds in a positive mode. But I beg to differ from him that closing our eyes for 2-3 seconds or 5 seconds and imagining something will infuse the positivity in us. Because positivity doesn't come from the conscious mind, it comes from the unconscious mind. And whatever we are telling our conscious mind. We have got 3 different layers of mind, not 2. Suppose a glass of water, the topmost 10% water is the conscious mind. A stone falls there is a wave. And after some time, the wave is not there. That doesn't mean that the stone is not there. The stone has gone deeper, falling to the subconscious mind, where also you have got a tremulousness and you can feel it for some time. And after that, you don't feel it, That means it has gone to the unconscious mind, which is around 70 to 74% of the whole mind. So what happens, those thoughts every minute coming to our day-to-day affairs, these thoughts go deeper and deeper and forms our depth shallowing. Because like in any river, if the stones keep on coming, the sands keep on coming, there is a shallowing of the bed and the flood becomes more. Similarly, when our shallowing, the deposits will be more in the unconscious mind, the flooding of emotions will be more on the conscious mind. Smallest stone, you are having a flood. So what we have to do, we have to dredge our unconscious mind with a bulldozer, clean it so that conscious mind comes down and you do not have that tremulousness. Otherwise, we will be having tremulousness always. And we cannot make any positivity by telling our conscious mind that this is that, I am feeling better and better, I am feeling happier than yesterday. Just telling your conscious mind, you cannot make yourself positively set from internal aspect. So what is my request? That everyone should learn by heart what is the basic and what is the practice of meditation, and do meditation, because this is the bulldozer which dredges the unconscious mind and cleans up the unconscious mind, and so that your tremulousness is minimized. The situation will remain the same all over the world. My wife has died. Everybody gets a death spouse. But my acceptance is little bit better than I am doing meditation for 41 years. Since I was a second year MBBS. So meditation cleans you up from the internal aspect, so that you don't have to keep on telling the conscious mind that this is what, to make you positive. Meditation will make you positive from internal. That is absolutely true. We have to make our mind positive, considering all the circumstances. Whatever be the circumstances, we have to keep our mind 3C, that is cool, composed, and calculated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Coming to the conclusion.
One minute. Dr. Meher, would you like to say something, sir?
No, nothing to say. Okay.
Chalo. Dr. Meher.
Is it okay, sir?
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. May I call upon our ex-president, Mr. Dr. Arvind Deswal, to give the concluding remarks.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, I want to thank the Secretariat to having such a wonderful webinar. To sum up the things, regarding Dr. B.N. Prasad, brief history of EIZOC, B.N. Gupta, brief history of the EIZOC, I want to add two things. One, from the Secretariat has come down from the Calcutta to Patna by myself as a treasurer and Dr. Ranjan Akhori as a secretary. And after our tenure of 3 years, it has gone to Odisha. This was our view at that time, that every state should have a secretariat, which has come down to our constitutions. And second, independency of the EIZOC. The first independent EIZOC mid-conference was held when Dr. V.N. Prasad was the president of EIZOC, and the first conference was held in Patna in the late 90s. These are the two things which I want to say, want to add in the brief history. Regarding the talk of the day, what we are facing today in COVID time is the parasthiti, that is circumstances, and manasthiti, then our mental thinking. If we keep our manasthiti in positive frame, practical frame, and a spiritual frame, which Dr. Birazda has said, then we are going to surpass this difficult time in a better way. The two persons writing has influenced me very much. One is our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and another is Chanakya. Chanakya has set four principles to come in term with the difficult situations. One is, that is a English Sanskrit nomenclature. Atmaviksha means art of thinking. This art of thinking, one should have mastered this art of thinking. It has the three component. That is Sankhya means number, that is data, yoga, and lokya. Lok means the people, community. Art of thinking will lead into the solving the problem yourself. You have to solve the problem by looking is these three aspect, that is data, your own thinking, and the lok. Lok means community, your own family members, your staff. You have to see the well-being. And second is Bridh Sanyoja, means you should surrounded by the old persons, old not by the age, but by the expert persons who are good in their own field. They will guide you in this time of crisis or this time of catastrophe. Third is your Mitra Sanyog, means which Dr. Avjidda has told, you should talk to your friends. You should have a battery of friends around you. This will motivate you. This will give positive thinking in your thought process. Never fight battle alone. Friends along with you will be better. You will be in better positions to fight these obstacles. And the foremost thing is Sikshak. One should be a teacher. You should teach what you have learned in past to the persons whom you like to. Just the same way the Abhijit Daya told, they have made a photography club and they are teaching ins and out tidbit of the photography to the other persons. This is the fourth principle by which we can fight this COVID time or any difficult time in our life. With these words, I end my talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, before we go to the what of things, there is a presentation on Phenokin Plus to be done by our chair of the scientific committee, Dr.
May I take the permission of the chairman to leave?
Yes, sir.
Because I have got some other functions related to my wife's.
Yes.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Yes.
Sure, sir. It
Thank you,
was
sir.
nice having
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for
Thank
joining.
you,
Good night,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir, for having you amongst us.
Good night to all.
Good night, sir. Take care.
This being the sponsor of the evening tonight, And as we are running late, I think we should summarize it, concise it shortly. This is a recent advancement of phenocane-assisted cataract surgery.
बंद कर दो चप्पल पहनना हे राम
I think there's some issue with the slideshow. What?
Yeah, the screen is not moving, sir.
So we can just briefly describe this new addition, intracameral, which has a combination of phenylephrine, lignocaine, and tropicamide.
Yes.
And what the company suggests and what the company claims, that even if the patient comes to you and you have not put any mydriatic, you put an intracameral in the eye, and it can dilate the pupil within 10 seconds. So thinking about it,
I just
can you
add
share?
two points, sir, two more points.
Yeah.
It will be done in 20 seconds.
But
And the dilatation is as good as 7 millimeters wide.
Yeah.
And it will not have any systemic toxicities of the medications. And as the topicals are unpredictable and it takes 20 minutes, so this has a better.
Now you can.
Yeah,
Instead of the slide share, you can have the slide share.
Yeah, basically the concern in the cataract surgery is basically the adequate pupillary dilatation and stable mydriasis, and that is rated the most important factor, and it's the key factor in most of the surveys. Next, please. Intraoperative meiosis during the cataract surgery usually jeopardizes the quality of the IOL implantation, and it also causes complications of iris trauma and posterior capsule rupture. Next, please. The most important factor in the cataract surgery is it facilitates the surgical maneuvers, cortical clinic, the dilatation itself, the capsule polishing, the recess, the implantation, and the accurate positioning of the toric IOLs. Next, please. Is topical mydriasis is the solution? It has its own disadvantages. The disadvantages are delayed onset of mydriasis, limited bioavailability, multiple doses needed before the surgery, inconsistent mydriasis, and sometimes systemic absorption. Next, please. Next, please. What is the alternative? There is an alternative. Next. It's an intracameral injection of mydriasis, which is the better alternative than topical mydriatics. Next, please. It's a prompt onset of the pupillary dilatation and it's a stable mydriasis. It improves the intraoperative conditions during the crucial steps such as the lens implantation. It is safe and effective. And again, it is significantly less painful and the sensation of pressure to the patient just before the IOL insertion. Next, please. So 95% of the pupillary dilatation is achieved with a mean of 28 seconds after administration of the injection. And the mean pupil diameter is 7 millimeters during the entire surgical procedure. These two are the main factors which should be highlighted in this medication. Next, please. So the basic, the Phenocaine Plus is the intracameral injection. It is now available in the market. Next, please. So this is it. This is all about it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request Dr. Suresh Bhattacharjee to propose the board of things.
The best and the beautiful thing in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by the heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. Very good evening, everybody. I feel honored and privileged to get an opportunity to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the Eastern India Zonal Ophthalmic Congress for the webinar Voice of the East today. I would like to express my profound gratitude to Mr. Sudeep Sinha, mind trainer and wellness coach from Kolkata, for the mind-boggling talk. Really, we are motivated, sir. In this period of pandemic, when people's mind is getting low, it's only the motivation keeping the status in balance. Staying motivated can help to refocus our attention away from these stressful changes and towards a more hopeful future. My sincere thanks to our Dr. B.N. Gupta sir, the Chief Advisor of EIZOC, who has started the session. Sir, we are honored by your gracious presence and at the same time inspired by your talk on journey of the EIZOC to the present state and its future strategies. At the same time, my sincere thanks to our leader, President Dr. Abhijit Ghosh, for nicely deliberating the situation and of course, motivating the audience and the members. You have kept us rolling and connected even at these odd hours. I, on behalf of the EIZOC, take the opportunity to extend our appreciation to the distinguished panel of speakers, namely Dr. R.C. Meher, Dr. Biraj Goswami, Dr. Jennifer, Dr. J.J. Agarwal, Jai Gopal, Dr. Nagendra Prasad and Sujay Samanto. Due to the paucity of the time, we could not interact with everybody. I think in the next programs we'll be doing it. You are the pillars of EIZOC and have participated in a big way in this session and also in the coming days to make the program successful. A big thank you to our Dynamic Secretary, Dr. Pranav Ranjan sir. You have looked into the members' present requirement and arranging the webinar at the correct need of the hour. All the tidbits of the program and the final details were taken care by you. What a leadership, sir. I like to express my sense of obligation to the past president, Dr. Arvind Jaiswal, for your concluding remarks and a good insight of motivation. My special thanks to our Chairman Scientific Committee, Dr. Devashish Das, who talked about the opportunity and has been instrumental in arranging the speaker and also supervised the logistic to make it successful one. Our deepest appreciation to the members of the EIZOC and also the guest who has attended in good number to make the webinar successful. I would be failing in my duty if I do not convey my thanks to the program anchor, Dr. Y.C. Miti and Dr. Saroj Tripathi for nicely anchoring the session. I wish to express our profuse thanks to Antot Pharma for offering the web logistic and the support. Thank you all. Thank you.
And special thanks to
Thank you everybody.
And special thanks to Intod people, Mr. Raman, Mr. Rahul Jain, Mr. Ranjan, Mr. Milton, and Mr. Sadab. All of them have contributed a lot in the success of this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good night, sir.
Good night. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Next webinar we are going to have on the 7th of October. 7th of October. We'll come out with the details, but 7th of October is the next. And every first and third Wednesday at 8 p.m. we are going to have webinars.
Thank you.
From next month onwards.
All the
Thank you,
best
sir.
for wonderful initiative. Thank you very much.